Sidebottom. Sidebottom drives it, and he bangs it home. What are we seeing in the G?
Number 22, Steele Sidebottom.
Sidey, that set shot from outside 50 in the grand final, because I was calling it, I turned to Hodgie and he just went, no. He said he's too old to jail it from there. That was as well flushed as any ball I reckon you've ever kicked.
Yeah, ever. It's funny, like even looking back on the way I kicked that footy, like you could watch me 100 times tomorrow and I would not kick the ball the way I sort of kicked it off me right and then I landed back on my right foot.
Yeah.
I don't. I shouldn't say this. Like when you hit someone, it doesn't feel like you've hit them. It's straight off the foot. And yeah, not bad.
Did you know straight away? Did you?
I had a fair idea because usually, it has a little bit of left to right. And there was a nice little tail breeze behind me, and just put it up there and let it do its thing. And
it was extraordinary.
Unbelievable.
It was premiership winning. It's a guy who's been at a club for how long?
16th year this one.
And it's such a long gap with 2010. Obviously, you were a kid. You were a teenager, weren't you?
Yeah, I was 19 in 2010, yeah.
So blood, sweat and tears over 15 years, and for that moment to come. Wow.
Yeah, big wow, to be honest. And listening to that little intro there still gives me goosebumps. I love it. And I still love playing footy now. I'm 33 years old and I'll just keep playing until I fall over, basically.
Well, spoken to you, Sidey, we spoke on the weekend about where there might be another destination for you. A couple of years, just instill a bit of discipline around the midfield. But that game was so ridiculous. The Pies were just meant to win the flag because I think Jordan De Goey kicked an incredible set shot goal after the siren.
Yeah.
Little things just fell into place throughout that. And it was obviously a tight game in the end, 4 points, but it was just meant to be.
Yeah, you're right. And I think Crispy before halftime as well. There was some, the skill on show that day was as good as I've ever seen. And I remember going in at halftime. It was quite hot grand final day. And, we went in there and it was still neck and neck. And we still had another half to play, which was hard to sort of fathom. And, the boys just like we've been able to do, just find a way, and we were able to do it again.
Well, I'm going to say this. I watched the game with my mother. It's Mother's Day on Sunday. Yep. My mum passed a week after the grand final at 83 years of age. Lifetime Collingwood supporter. The last time she got out of bed, even just to sit up in the lounge room, was to watch you win. And it was like, it means so much to people. I've got tingles just thinking about it now. So you must every single day. I had a bloke yell out Carlton to me then. I've never played. You, in Melbourne, every day must have so many people come up to you and saying they love you. Does that happen?
I do get it, and even more so since last year.
Yeah.
I guess our fans are so passionate, and that's why our footy club is so good, is because of our fans. And I'll never get sick of it. I do get people come up to me and just thank me for the year last year and how much it meant to them and all their family. So, I'm very lucky.
They are pretty feral, though, your lot, Sidey. I say that because there's about 6 of them within our own group. We've only got 8 people employed around the rush hour, and 6 of them are Collingwood. Matty Haywood in the booths, he's a Collingwood bogan. Bearsy out here, his uncle played for Collingwood and his granddad did, he's a bogan. Rabs, you can see, is a bogan, he's Collingwood.
We
Rosie
hire well
Walton,
here. We hire well.
Big bloody stupid-headed onion.
Yes.
They're Collingwood every...
Apparently Onion yelled out, "Go Pies," when you're walking through the
on
office.
the way.
That's actually embarrassing.
Yell out.
That's embarrassing. See, I normally surround myself with class. How did I get stuck with you lot?
Mate, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law's got a massive... He got it after the grand final. Massive... Collingwood tat. There's so many Collingwood tats out there, and it's a lifetime. Have you? How many Collingwood tats have you got?
I've got one at the moment, but hopefully I can get one more.
Ankle premiership one or
ankle premiership one from 210. Didn't add to it last year, but all goes to plan. Maybe one more would be nice and could add a little bit to that.
Did you enjoy playing football with Dale Thomas?
Who?
Perfect. That's exactly what we want. We're going to take a little break. Sidebottom. More on the other side of this. Now, how's the body? What are you, 33?
33 now.
You've covered more Ks, though, than nearly any 33-year-old that's ever played the game. So the knees and ankles and feet and everything all right?
I had a little bit of foot trouble towards the end of last year. Since sort of got on top of that, but there's no doubt that I do get sore knees and feet and things like that. But, I've been rested. I've been subbed this year. So potentially that's a path forward for me to be able to get a few more games under my belt. But
What's that like? So you've been the sub or been subbed off? Or
no, I was a sub against the Hawks.
So what's that feel like when you're like, for you, like a champion who just sit there and you can't get out there? Are you praying for injury or what are you doing when you're the sub?
I'm not praying for injury, no. But it was good for me to have a different perspective on it, really.
Did you hope just to get on in the second half so you could have a rest?
I was hoping to get on. I mean, you don't want anyone to get injured, but I wanted to be out there. There's no doubt. Everyone on the list wants to be playing.
Yeah, of course.
But it was nice just to sort of sit back and even watch how Fly sort of handles himself on the bench, see how guys are reacting on and off the ground. As much as I didn't really enjoy it, it was nice to sort of see it in a bit of a different lens.
How much game time did you see that day?
Well, Pendle's, Geordie put 2 blokes in hospital that day. You got Geordie and then, Tommy Mitchell, and then Pendle's got subbed off at halftime with his ribs.
Okay, so he played a half.
I played a second.
Yeah,
So you and Pendle swapped.
Yes,
yeah,
we
wow.
The saddest I ever feel around the modern game, and it happens all the time, is when you do like a night game, Friday night game in Brisbane, let's say, and it's Carlton, Brisbane, and the poor bastard who played sub for Carlton played 18 minutes in the final quarter and then has to go out and do lane work on his own when everyone's left. You can see the strength and conditioning bloke and this poor bastard literally doing 400-metre wind sprints. That must suck.
Yeah, it would. And sometimes guys will then potentially have to travel the next day, or if they've played, what you said, 10 minutes game time, they might, then go up to Brisbane
VFL,
or whatever it is. So,
Did you feel much fitter and that you started in the second half? Did you feel like you had an advantage at all?
Not really, no.
No,
No,
really?
probably the other way. I think it's nice to be out there and get a feel for the game early. I felt like I was just sitting around waiting for my opportunity and potentially burning a little bit of energy doing that.
Yeah, right.
How was the start for you? Because you had reigning premiers, slow start. You had less time to prepare for the season than everyone else, which is one of the joys, I guess, of being the reigning premier.
Yep.
Those first 3 weeks, how did they sit with someone who's played as much footy as you?
Personally for me, I feel like potentially I was underdone a little bit. A few of the older guys didn't come back until after Christmas.
Did you enjoy yourself more because you'd won the premiership? Did you
No,
eat?
I always enjoy myself.
Yeah, right.
Always enjoy myself. But yeah, I felt like potentially I was a little bit off the mark, and it probably showed in some of my performances. I like to pride myself on, hitting targets and things like that, and I was a little bit fumbly. So potentially going forward, maybe coming back before Christmas and having a little bit of a break over Christmas might be better off. But I certainly felt that I was off the mark a little bit. But the last sort of 3 weeks, I felt like I've been able to, find my feet a little.
Now, how wasn't Pendle's deliberately out of bounds, by the way? You've seen a lot of football. You played a lot of football. How the hell is that not a man trying to kick the ball to touch him?
I think the umpires do a terrific
job.
Does beating Carlton, is it for you? Is it extra special or not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think so.
Because as a Carlton supporter, even though my mum, who's passed now, a part of me on Grand Final Day wanted you to lose, even though I knew it was her last game. We hate Collingwood.
No.
Yeah.
Hate them.
It's ingrained.
I feel like if Carlton won and you walk into work the next day, then you're cock a hoot. You're getting into all the Magpie supporters. So Fly even made mention of it. He's like, let's make our supporters week as well and beat Carlton so they can go to work all cocky on Monday. So we did that.
Now, how the family mate? Now, which was your brother who played for Victoria?
Ryan.
Ryan, is he still playing cricket at all?
He's still over in England now. He just plays for a club called Berkswell, sort of club cricket over there. He's got a little family of his own now, and he'd be 35 or 6 this
Based
year.
Permanently in the UK?
Over there now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my mum was born over there, so he's actually...
dual passport.
Yeah, so that's sort of how he got his foot into the county
nice.
cricket.
There's a heap. You're one of a heap, is that right?
Yeah, one of 5 boys.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
There you
He
go.
sits a seam up over there. He'd still get it through, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, I've heard people say that he sort of had things that remind him a little bit of like a Sean Pollock type.
Yeah, right.
So I remember when I faced him, which was years and years ago, he wasn't that quick, but sort of made the ball move a little bit. Yeah.
Heavy ball, I think is how you'd describe it.
Yeah, right.
So Mother's Day, what's that look like? Your family?
Yeah, my family. So clearly 2 kids of my own now.
Yep.
So
Your youngest is real young, yeah?
Yeah, so Ned's 3.5 months old. So we'll have something big in store for Leash on Sunday morning, and then our footy club are great at getting all the mothers into the footy club, and and celebrating them and making them, feel a part of the day for footy as well, as much as it's about them. They love to come in and see how we go about it day to day as well. So Sunday will be a great day and one that I always look forward to.
Yeah.
Tickets?
Yeah, Ticketmaster.com. Treat the mums in your life. 1 p.m. bounce at Marvel Stadium, so you still got time for brekkie in the morning and then nice dinner after the game as well.
Now,
Can they do it again? Can they
slightly different colour stripe, but not far away from Collingwood, just West Melbourne. And you get to play under the great Alistair Clarkson, who's a 4-time premiership coach.
You could do a negotiation now. I think JB's still got a fair
Decent
bit of
money
pull
in the
there.
cap.
So
Sidey,
how much would you need for like a 3-year deal?
No,
Last
I'd do it
year
for a
he's
while.
just assistant
Just
coach,
move
yeah?
into development coaching or something.
2 mil or not more?
Oh, 2 mil, I'll be there for sure.
2 mil, mate.
I'll be there tomorrow.
You've been one of the greats, and you've also carried yourself brilliantly well, in my opinion. So well done on that. You've owned footy's great. The Magpies are back 4 in a draw in the last 5
they're
weeks.
sniffing at Carlton's. They're just behind Carlton. They're just out of the 8. Carlton don't win tonight.
They won't be out of the 8 for long.
Oh, no.
Good to see you, mate.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Collingwood champion, Steele Sidebottom on the rush hour. Triple M.